There's a lot of division out there right now, and we know as Christians there's just going to be just so many people that disagree with us. But how do we go about talking to people that disagree with us? Should we match their energy? What should we do? Well, stick around to the end of this video because I'm going to share one of the number one verses I keep in mind when somebody disagrees with something that I have to say. And we're going to watch a video where the person in the video is talking to a pro-choice feminist and the person talking to them is a Christian, and they obviously disagree, but did he handle it right, and what should you do different? Let's go ahead and jump into it. Before we jump into this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps push out the videos that I make to more and more people. But before we get into it, I just want to put a shout out to the channel. It's called Christ Develop. I've done videos about this person before. I actually am a really big fan of the videos that he makes. However, sometimes some of the ways he handles things are different, but this video, after all, is about having a difference of opinion, yet being one body as Christ. But with that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into this video, see how he handles this situation. Let's see what unfolds.
What's your opinion on LGBT?
Yeah, so God says it's an abomination. There's one male, one woman. Because it destroys our society, right? I mean, you can search up.
Being gay destroyed society?
Homosexuality declines our society population-wise. Yeah, that's a given.
Why do you care about it?
Because by 2030, 50% of women will be childless and single. We're entering a population collapse.
Why do you care? It doesn't.
Because I love people.
Oh, you.
Because I'm a Christian.
Why you don't like gay people?
Oh, I love them. I don't believe people are born gay.
Oh, interesting. Right.
I had a friend in.
You love everyone, so you accept everyone, but you feminist, LGBT.
I never said I accept everybody.
But you love them. You love.
Yeah, like love is not tolerance.
You love gay people. Say that. You love everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. I love everyone. But if you're doing something wrong as I was doing something wrong, it doesn't mean that I'm going to tell you it's right. Like if you run onto the road, I'm not going to say, oh, I love you, run onto the road, kid. I'm going to say, dude, get off the road. That's bad. See, we have a very feminine love today.
Getting hit by a car to somebody that's gay and being a feminist isn't.
Well, we have very little proof that people are born gay. Very little proof. In fact, I had a friend who was a Christian. Absolutely. Yeah. No. So you see at the bottom, it says you must be born again. I had a friend who was into homosexuality. She became born again, found Jesus, and she became straight.
That's one person?
Well, you can search up the testimony. Search up on YouTube. Jesus will heal people. Sure, go for it.
This campus?
Yeah. Most people aren't born again, so I agree with you. Most people are atheists. That's why we're out here. Yeah.
Your religion.
Yeah, preaching Jesus Christ. I'm not religious. I'm not part of a church. I'm not.
Religious. You don't.
No. Well, Roman Catholicism is usually like religion. It's more of a relationship with Christ, being born again. Yeah. So I don't even go to a church at the moment. You should though. But no. It's are you born again? But you could come.
Church, but you believe in Jesus.
Well, many.
But isn't
many.
Church, like, isn't that a part of?
No. Well, that's more religion. Church doesn't save us. The Holy Spirit does. Jesus Christ, putting our faith in Him does. Now you should.
All opinion basis. That could be your opinion, and then someone with this religion also could be.
We can chat about that. Yeah. It's not my first rodeo, guys. You're not. Yeah. Well, I'll answer every question you guys say. Yes, I've come here a lot. Not a single person has been able to debunk the Bible. It's embarrassing for you guys. It is. Yeah.
What is your?
Why that I've stood on ground every single conversation and we have the receipts is part of my job. Yeah. I guarantee. Yeah. Well, but why does that matter though? Even if it wasn't my job. The Bible tells us in Mark 16:15 to preach the gospel to all creation. So whether I make $0 or $20,000 a month, it doesn't matter.
Okay, though, you care about my life.
Yeah, because I care about you.
Why?
Why should I not care about you?
Yes. I don't care about you. Respectfully, I don't care about you.
Yeah, because you're not a Christian. This is the fruits of people not being Christian versus Christian. You're proving the debate right here. The Bible is bulletproof, guys. Yeah, I don't have to know you to still love you though. Like if you're gonna run onto the road, I care about you guys. Yeah.
Oh my God, he loves.
But the thing is, love is not tolerance. Like if I love you, I can say, hey, that's wrong. Just as people say it to me, David, that's wrong. Homosexuality is wrong. Drinking is wrong. But you can be saved. He can wipe you clean. I was a big fornicator. My pastor was a heroin addict. My friend was in homosexuality, and he changes you. Yeah, the Holy Spirit. You can search up testimonies. It's very true. Yep.
Let's talk about the front of your sign.
Yeah.
I'll keep answering questions.
No, I want to hear
People have their opinions on abortion.
That's fine.
And there are very much debates about it. I understand that.
Okay.
But the feminist part, I don't get that.
But I told you why third and fourth wave feminism was created by the sea. It doesn't matter. Let me ask you a question. Okay? Do you have a penis?
Do you have a vagina?
Do you have a vagina?
I'll answer back, but just for the sake of this.
Do you have a vagina? Don't freaking talk about it.
So here's the thing, right? If you don't,
He's got both of them.
these are the arguments. If you don't have a penis, right, which I'm going to assume that you don't, is rape wrong?
Excuse me?
Is rape wrong?
Wait, do you think it's not?
Well, no, I do think it's wrong, but I want to get, like, is it wrong to you guys? I believe it's
course.
wrong. But you don't have a penis. How can you say that?
Getting raped is wrong?
No. Raping in general, like a man raping another man, just rape in general. If you don't have a penis, how can you tell me it's wrong?
Because a woman can rape a man.
Okay, well, that's fine. Well, I'm saying men raping women.
I can rape
That
somebody.
is wrong.
It's wrong. So that's the same thing. That's the same argument that I have. I don't have a uterus. I can still say abortion's murder. I don't need to be black to say that slavery is wrong.
But is there any rules against your body?
Of course there are rules, yeah. Should we celibate till marriage? It's a command, you know? We're all gonna, we're gonna fall short.
Legal rule. Yeah, that's what you're doing for your life.
Yeah.
That's not something like, there are rules banning abortion in the States for some states.
Yes, Roe v. Wade, it depends on the state.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that men have made for women.
Yeah, I just.
So one of the main arguments I would bring up here, if a woman was to ask me, do I have any rules on my own body that the government has imposed, I would ask them, what do you think the draft is? When a man gets told that if he's, I think it's younger than the age of 35, he has to go off to war, or you can be imprisoned, right? What is that? Because not only are you forced to go to war, you basically could be getting forced to go to basic suicide by going into a fight, being put on the front line. You know, I don't think many feminists think of this rule. However, whenever you talk about abortion, we're not talking about just that person's body. See, that's the whole point. To somebody that is a non-Christian, it's all about the woman's rights because it's just their body. Well, I would say that it's never about just being their body. It's because you have the body of an innocent person inside you that you were meant to grow into a full human being. But, you know, that's besides the point. I don't think he makes this argument here, but anytime I would hear somebody tell me, well, the government never imposes rules upon the man's body, I would just say, what do you call the draft? When do you think the last time a woman got drafted is? Answer that question is no. They never have.
That man made for that. It doesn't matter if it's a man or not.
Yes, it does.
Wait, so you guys think abortion's okay then?
Yes.
Like, what's your argument for that then? We'll have a friendly chat. I'm not here to, be
I
mean.
wasn't here to talk about abortion because you're not going to change your opinions and I'm not going to change mine. There's no reason for us to.
I might change your mind.
No.
You will never change my mind in my life.
You probably just haven't researched that much on it, to be honest.
No, I'm a little bit more educated than you think.
Let's do it. When does life begin? When does life begin? If you're educated, when does life begin?
I'm an atheist. Sorry, I don't talk about.
You just said you're educated on it. So when does life begin? Secular. You don't have to be a Christian. When does life begin? You can search it up right now, all you guys. When does life begin scientifically? It says fertilization. I thought you'd know that if you studied this, man. Like, come on.
No. I think it's an egg.
When you are born, life.
Yeah.
When you were born, life. So when I kill, this is very important, guys. If I'm a murderer and I kill a pregnant woman, I get charged with double homicide. But it's when you're born. He just said it's when you're born, though, right? How come? Why is that? It's a good point. I'll change your mind. You're afraid of the truth. You're afraid of the truth because you guys are suppressing the truth and unrighteousness.
See, that's the most true thing he's said as far as like how these people that argue this point, they're afraid of actually confronting the truth, and they're just going based off of what feels best and what feels right and what's most convenient. However, we know as Christians that what's most convenient and what feels right is oftentimes, almost all the time, what is not best for the person involved.
That's why you guys need Jesus. You're under a demonic spirit. Well, because I love you. I don't want you guys to go to hell. That's fine, man. Hell's a very real place.
Have you been?
No, I will never go to hell. How would I know? Well, the Bible tells us. I mean,
The Bible tells you everything.
yeah, a lot of things, yeah. And that's why I'm answering all your questions, and you're getting debunked every single time. Cooked.
Say if I get raped and I get pregnant.
It's a horrible
you want
thing.
me to have the
Absolutely, I don't want you to kill the kid, no. Give it up for adoption, get an emergency.
baby. That was
So
my
if I was
choice.
12 years old
Yeah,
and I got raped.
yeah, it's horrible, it's horrible.
Okay,
You're
your
forcing
daughter.
me to
Let's
have
just
this
talk about
baby.
your future daughter.
Yeah,
Gets
horrible.
raped.
Yeah, it's a real thing.
12 years old.
Yeah.
You're gonna make her. You're gonna force her as a man, as a father.
Well, I
to
can't.
have that child. Are you gonna do anything about the rapist? Are you gonna
Can I answer?
answer?
So, answer. First off, death penalty to the rapist. Okay, that's that.
Death penalty.
Yeah, that's backed up biblically. So that's number one. Number two, I can't force anyone. Now I'm going to be there to strongly encourage, but like everyone has free will. What?
You believe in the death penalty too?
To rapists, yeah, absolutely, yeah.
To rapists. Okay.
Rapists and other murderers, yeah. Like as an example, if someone came and shot you, murdered you, I would want them to be put on trial for murder. Yeah. Yep.
But women and abortion.
That doesn't.
And that's what happens, right? Yeah, yeah. Well, I'll answer that. Yeah, so that equates to less than 1% of all abortions. It's still horrible. It happens. It's
So should it be an exception or not?
no. You should never put.
That's insane.
What if it's an unviable pregnancy that'll kill the mother if they...
Good question. So ectopic pregnancies. You're talking about when it's in its first stage, it's a little tiny embryo and it gets stuck in the fallopian tube. That's not considered an abortion. What the,
There are other pregnancies that can kill the mother. What puts them at more risk?
so what you do? That's a great question. You get an emergency C-section. Abortion, late term, is never medically necessary. And it's actually a lot more dangerous, way dangerous. It takes about 3 days. An emergency C-section takes about an hour.
Abortions are late term. How many abortions are third trimester?
Not as many.
Not
We need a
as
number.
many.
If you know this much, how many?
Statistically, I'm going to say over 50. I know over 50 are within the first trimester. The vast majority are within the first
Over 50. Over 50 what?
percent of abortions.
Over 50% of abortions are in the first trimester.
Yeah, yeah.
And then 49% are in the second. So that leaves
What?
in the
That
third.
no.
None.
That made no.
Doesn't happen. Doesn't fucking happen. You're talking about no.
You don't think third trimester abortions happen? You search it up right now.
Abortions do not happen.
Wow, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Everyone knows that they happen, man. You can literally Google it
They
right
do
now,
happen.
third trimester abortion.
An abortion for a medical reason versus
Never.
We're talking about
Never.
5 people that are getting a third trimester abortion. That's medically necessary. Otherwise, they're gonna die.
No, I just answered your question. I just answered your. Dude, you're an idiot. What did I just tell you? What's a C-section? What about a C-section? Ooh, what about that? You save the kid, you get an emergency C-section. Don't need the abortion. What about that?
What the fuck do you think? Yeah, no.
It's why they back him up. He called me the idiot first, though. When you match their energy, they freak out.
Dumb,
Bro, you've answered no
But
question.
should you?
Rebutted nothing. Nothing. I just told you don't need an emergency abortion. You get an emergency C-section. And then they just laugh, man. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, wow. Thank you very much. God bless you. I appreciate you. Guys, when you stand on the Bible, everyone gets cooked. They look all cocky and they laugh and yada. But they're hyenas.
He's not
man.
wrong.
There's no answer. So I encourage all you guys as men, you're a Christian, bro. Get on the Bible. This is the only thing we need in these end days.
He's not
Otherwise,
wrong.
turn to guys like this, and we love them. They need Jesus, though. Huh?
Yeah,
I always said,
for sure.
Of course we do, bro. They're like 30 people. To
All
live
right.
is Christ.
I think I've seen enough of that. Let's go ahead and jump into this verse and talk about this video. All right, so first of all, one of the things I want to say about the guy in the video giving the argument for the Christianity side of things, he does such a good job, and like there is so many positive things that you can take away from this video. For one, he's brave and encouraging and all kinds of stuff, or even getting out there and doing this type of thing. It's a form of evangelism, and honestly, to me, what he reminds me of is like the Christian Ben Shapiro. Like if Ben Shapiro was Christian, I could see him out here doing some stuff like this, just out on the streets, giving bold arguments, saying bold things, roasting and cooking people in these arguments, and just getting ahead of people and just not being able to win an argument with them, no matter who you are, unless you get somebody that, I don't know, has the same sort of attitude, or like is the Ben Shapiro side of maybe atheism. I don't know, but dude has very good arguments. I will give him that. But should he have matched the energy that came from the person that called him an idiot and called them an idiot back? Well, I'm going to say no. And this is one of the verses that I think we should really honestly see in our head when we get into a situation like this. When we get into a situation where we feel our emotions or any of that kind of stuff start to get in the way of how we should act as a Christian, I think there should be a Bible verse that immediately pops up in your brain that kind of gives you instructions on how to act in these types of situations. And then instead of going with your emotions, you should go with what you know the Bible says. And let's jump into this right now. So James 1:19. Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, and slow to wrath. Now, there's one more Bible verse that I want to talk about here, and let's go ahead and switch over to it. Now, let's say that you find it hard to be able to quick to listen and slow to speak. This individual, I think he's going to have a hard time literally being slow to any kind of word because he's so fast spoken. And it's kind of a joke there. Being slow to speak, I think, just means in this context that you are giving the other person the time to speak, really thinking about what they have to say, and then before you speak, really going over what you're saying in your head. Are you putting love first before these words come out? That type of thing. But one of the verses I also encourage people to keep in mind when you come into opposition with somebody, remember this verse. trust me, remember this verse, because for me, it just speaks volumes into, what God has in store for the person that comes into opposition of the Christian. Let's go ahead and read it. So Proverbs 25 and 21. If thine enemy be hungry, give him bread to eat, and if he be thirsty, give him water to drink. All right, 22. For thou shalt heap coals of fire upon his head, and the Lord shall reward thee. And 23. The north wind driveth away rain, so doth an angry countenance a backbiting tongue. So what this tells me is that when you are slow to speak and you answer in love and you answer in kindness and you give those people that would count you as an enemy, that maybe really are your enemy, when you show nothing but kindness and love in return, it is God who is going to come to your aid, come to your vengeance. But when you take it into your own hands, I think that one of the most dangerous things about that is probably, a person that is not a Christian seeing a Christian act this way. I think it just spells out that you're no different than the rest of the world. But whenever somebody raises the hand and maybe even is to proverbially maybe backhand you, instead of backhanding them back, you would, give them bread to eat, give them something to drink. That type of response, and response of what would look like an attack on me, or look like sometimes even maybe physical harm, especially something simple. Obviously, I think in the physical harm realm, depends on the level of that, right? But when we respond out of that type of, when we respond with love to that type of hate towards us, I think we really do heap the fiery coals and plant that seed of the gospel in their heart. I think when we respond out of love, they see that there's something different about us and we're not like the rest of the world. So when we respond to things like somebody calling us idiot and just immediately calling them an idiot back, I don't think it does the best justice for planting that seed so that one day they will accept the gospel. Now, once again, I just want to reiterate, I 100% agree with everything that this guy in the video said. I just think that we need to be a little more mindful about how we respond to people when they respond out of anger and name calling and stuff like that as Christians, because I think representing Jesus would be the opposite of just coming back and calling somebody. I don't think that in Jesus's anger that he would start name calling people. That's just my opinion, and I think that one of the highest callings as a Christian is to be an ambassador. So as an ambassador of Jesus, I think we have to think about how he would respond in something even out of anger. And I don't think it would ever really be name calling. It's just my opinion. I mean, you're more than welcome to disagree. If you do, leave it in the comments. I want to know about it. What do you think? But as always, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you have a blessed day and keep on the full armor of God.